Welcome to Sunday Qigong. Just step into your Tai Chi Qigong posture. Feet rooted into the ground, soft ankles, soft knees. Allow your tailbone to drop. Long spine and tuck your chin in. Feel as if you've got a star string holding your head up. Bring your shoulders up to your ears and drop them. A little bit of space in the groin here and a little bit of space at the axilla. And just close your eyes for a couple of seconds and just notice how you feel, your mind and your emotions and your body. Just a quick check over. And setting your intention to come into the class that we're going to start in an embodied practice. So we're working with the body. How does the body feel? How does it move? All right, we're going to start with holding up the sky. So hands together, interlace the fingers, and you're going to breathe in, spiral at the collarbones, and push your hands up towards the sky. As we get to holding up the sky, which is luckily quite light, allow your breath to pause. And when you feel like you need to breathe in, just come down, exhale, and your second pause is going to be just in front of your dantian. So, don't make your pause like 10 seconds. Maybe allow your pause to be around about sort of 5 seconds. And breathe out. Breathe in and out through the nose if you can. As you're coming up, feel your fascia lengthening your body, opening your shoulders. Your arms are straight, but not straight. There's still a resilience in them. This is a Qigong flow for the lungs. So we want to bring in good amount of oxygen before we start our class so that we can circulate it around the body. Get the oxygen into our circulation so it can feed each and every system, cell in the body. You can straighten your knees a little bit as you come up. And as you go down, you can soften your knees a little bit there. Allowing your tailbone to drop down as your hands rise up. All right, here. And let's just get a rotation through the length of the spine. As you turn your body, your arms are going to follow that rotation. Circulate that oxygen around the body. Your hands slowly come up, so there's one hand just below your navel and the other one opposite. So in front, you're knocking over acupuncture point, sea of energy, and back, you're knocking over point called the door of life. So they both sound like pretty good wake-up points. We'll also be knocking over the adrenal glands above the kidneys when we knock behind. That's going to stimulate your adrenaline and cortisol, which sometimes we think of as stressful hormones to have, but no, when we've got the right amount of them, they're very important hormones to have racing around, because that's going to give us energy, concentration, bit of focus. And allow your breathing just to be easy, easy in and out. Try not to break the rotation of your spine with a bit of bend. Try and keep it upright, and you're going to be loosening up through the pelvis here as well. So do this. Keep the one hand knocking on your back. Other hand's going to come up to just below your collarbone, where it comes towards the shoulder. And there's a little hollow there, which we call shoulder nest. And your first and second lung points over there. So as we're doing this, we are stimulating the lung and also its function of immunity, keep giving us a strong immune system. And we're mobilizing your thoracic cage so that your lungs can expand well. And one hand over the angle of the neck. Now you're over your trapezius muscle, which is the most common muscle to actually give you headaches. So if you're really tight here, this is an area you need to work into. And knocking the door of life, good exercise to do in the middle of the day if you're just losing a little bit of focus and power, or in the morning. In the evening, do a little bit, but keep you awake if you're too vigorous with this exercise later in the evening. So keep it for midday, mornings. Great. If you've got off a plane and you have to stay awake until you catch the next one, this is a fantastic exercise to do. And slowly come down to your lung 1 and 2, and then the door of the life. And sea of energy to slow it down and relax. You're going to do a bit of focus on the shoulder movement today. And so we're going to start with shoulder rolls, bringing your knees into this process as well. Thinking very much about your shoulder blades, your scapula, as they rise up and down on the chest wall over the ribs. Often you've got bad shoulder movement because your scapula is too stiff. And loads of your shoulder muscles are going to be attaching to the scapula. And so the scapula is critically important to the amount of movement you get through your shoulder. You might hear a bit of creaking. That's all good. Just smoothing it out. You can breathe in as you come up, breathe out as you go down. And change direction. Forwards if you've been going backwards. And shake it out. Right, going to go into a lunge position. And one hand behind your back. The other arm you want to allow it just to hang down. And from here we're going to moving the body, come up and around, down, and come up and around, down. So this is one of the first shoulder exercises they do after you've had an operation to your shoulder or any injury, just to get the ball and socket moving without any weight on it. So let it just hang like a puppet's arm there. And change direction. It's a nice movement for your knees as well. And when we do these repetitive movements of a particular joint, we talk about oiling the joints. As we repeat the movement, your body is going to produce lots of synovial fluid, which is joint fluid, which is what nourishes the joints. And down you go. And come up. Change around, one hand behind, one foot in front, and hang down. Same thing. Using the body, the arm just follows up and follows down. Breathe in as you come up. Breathe out as you go down. In as you come up. Breathe out as you go down. A few more there. Opposite direction. You move the muscles, different muscles as you change direction. You need to do both. And come up. All right, just check it out. Okay, now we're going to think a little bit about the rotator cuff muscles here. One hand again behind your back, the other arm up, elbow to right angle, hand facing in the direction you're going to go. So we're going to take our arm across the body, keep a tailbone drop down, tight sheet, Qigong posture, chin tucked in, spine long, and keep that right angle at the shoulder as you do this. So you've got to stabilize your shoulder well and then push round. So it's not so much about the waist, it's about how far is the shoulder itself pushing round. You can put a little bit of turning the waist, but not too much. And here we're stretching the back of the shoulder. As we come back, go to the opposite side, we're opening up, stretching the front of the shoulder, your pecs, but also looking at the rotator cuff muscles there. Coming around. Put your feet a little bit wider here so that we're focusing on the shoulder movement, 10% waist movement. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Breathe in one direction, breathe out the other direction. Try and keep your arm upright. You're getting a nice strengthening of the shoulder as you hold it. This is really good if you have a bit of rotator cuff tear or damage to strengthen. Come back and down, change hands. Right, up we go again. Right angle, vertical hand here, and let's go across. I've got quite limited movement here because I broke my arm once. So this is a nice, good exercise for me to do for rehab. Feel as if you're pushing forwards as you go. Each time you should get a little bit more movement. Last time. And down. Okay, so now the shoulder muscles, some of them are attached to the neck as well. So we're going to do an exercise where we're going to open up the shoulders in front, get space here, and then turn the neck. So we're stretching between the shoulder and the neck, other side, shoulder, neck. Called Wise Owl turns his head to avoid the 5 fatigues and the 11 illnesses. So besides hydrating your neck and stretching your muscles here, your levator scapular, and a couple of others like that, you're doing really good work for the whole body. So think about your fingers as being feathers, owls, wings and feathers. So as you turn your neck, you open your hands towards the front. Keeping your chin as if it's on a piece of glass, nice and flat. As you come back, back of the hands come forwards. Breathe in, turn, opposite side. If you do this every morning about 20 times, you'll have very few neck problems. Again, we're oiling the neck joints. And our necks often are very static during the day, especially if you're working with computer or driving a lot. Open. While you do this, you could actually open your eyes really wide, which is going to wake you up. So this is something you might do in the early morning when you're tired or stiff. And opening the eyes is just to improve your focus and bring a little bit more life into your concentration or any mind work that you need to do. If you're driving a car and you get really tired, it's really great to do a couple of big, wide eye open exercises to keep you safe on the road. All right. Let's do one combining neck and shoulder. So we're going to do dragon watches his tail. This is a swimming dragon. So the dragon's tail is going to start off here. So you focus with your eyes on the lines in your hands. So again, we're thinking about eyes here. Close focus, and then as we push away our arms to the opposite side, turn your head to the opposite side and look into the distance. So good resting exercise for your eyes. Come back, breathe in, look at the lines of your hands. And now you watch your tail as it goes over, and then you turn to look in the opposite direction. Breathing in, looking at your hands, and breathing out. Very good for carpal tunnel syndrome. Good for your shoulders. Pushing away. Drop your hands down in a semicircle, bring them up to the other side. Looking at the lines of your hand, watch your hands as you push them away from you and then turn. Very good for stiff necks. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in. Do another 2. And breathe out. Last one. Push, push, push. Open. Nice stretch the shoulder there as well. And drop down. Okay, now I thought we'd put in 2 myofascial Qigong stretches to just improve the flexibility and length of not just the muscles, but actually the tendon as well. So the old muscle tendon changing, these exercises come from there. So the first one we're going to be doing is heart opening. I think did it before about 2 weeks ago. Heart opening is going to open the superficial front fascial line, which is going to bring your pecs all the way down into your fingertips, and the superficial back line is going to open your rhomboids and the muscles and tendons going down the back of the arm. So we're going to go out there, and when we come back, we are going to be doing praying mantis, little praying mantis hands, where we're pushing the elbows away from the shoulder, and there we're going to be doing the meridian with that superficial back line is going to be a triple heater, which comes down here. And the other ones we were going to do are the heart and the pericardium when we do the superficial front line. So we're going to lead with your hands, come out, and feel that you're getting space between your 2 shoulders, opening up this area where your chest bone comes down. We're often very tight here because we sometimes sit forwards with the arms forward. So open this, get length through the chest, space for the heart, space for the lungs, space all the way down. Remember, arms straight but not straight, pushing out until you feel you're a piece of cling wrap that's just reached its limit. Okay, once we're there, we're going to take a breath in. We're going to hold that space, and you're going to breathe out and relax into that. Now, as we breathe in, see if you can go a little bit further, get a little bit more elasticity. You can feel in your own arms where it's catching. It might be in the wrists or the chest or the elbows. And then breathe out and drop, relax into that new position. If you feel warmth, that's a great sign that you're actually getting a stretch through those structures. And one more. Breathe in and stretch a little bit more. And breathe out and relax into that. Bring your thumb and your first 2 fingers, hands forwards, come forwards into your praying mantis. Now, it's not a big bend here. It's just a rounding of your back there, but The important thing is to get length between your shoulders and your elbows, pushing forwards. Little the hands tucked under your praying mantis chin there. And so pushing out as far as you can, you'll be stretching the back of your shoulder capsule, muscles there, until you feel that's as far as you can go. And then out breath, relax into it. Breathe in and push forwards. Breathe out, relax into that. Breathe in and push forwards. Try and get a little bit more movement. As you warm up, you can get more movement. Breathe out and relax and come down. Okay. If you had chosen to do this particular exercise, you could repeat this 3 times. Tonight, we're just going to do one of each. Right, so then we're going to do the second one, also looking at the upper quarter of the body, going into lunge position, front leg, same hand behind your back, and you bend slightly into that forward position. What we're going to be working with here, we're opening the groin on the opposite side. There's a superficial front line, comes right up from your foot all the way up, 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 up. Going to be the stomach meridian all the way up here. So if we don't lean forwards, if we have the groin close, I want to lean forwards to open the groin, take it as far back as comfortable for you, but you still have to have your tailbone tucked in, okay? Tuck your tailbone in. So we're starting from here, coming out. Fingers are going to lead the way. In actual fact, this one, you want the hand facing the ground. It's called the dancer. And we're going to be stretching that superficial front line, going up from the foot to the cheekbone. And as we come around with the arm, we are going to be opening the superficial deep line, which is your pec minor and the deep muscles of the arm. Take your arm as far around as you can. Feel that your spine is lengthening up. And now you can take your head and look to see where your hand is. Breathe in, get that barrier in the cling wrap where that's as far as it really wants to go. Hold it. Breathe in, breathe out, relax into it. Another breath in. Can you go any further? Bringing the arm back a little bit. Lengthening through the spine, upwards through the spine. Leaning perhaps a little bit further forward onto the front knee. And relax. Breathe in. You take your arm any further. And you'll be turning through the waist now. And relax. And slowly come back. Change hands. One hand behind, other one in front. All right, hand facing the ground and weight onto that front knee. And round you go. First, get your arm to the barrier limit. And once you've done that, let your head follow. Look at your hand. Tuck your bottom in, tuck your tail in. Breathe in. See if you can stretch a little bit further around with your arm. Relax, breathe out into it. Breathe in once more. Can you go any further? And breathe out and relax into that. And slowly come round. All right. Good. So we've been working with creating a song in the body. Song is a concept in Chinese called creating space within the body. Up, down, for the organs, for the bones, for the joints. Okay, so that's actually quite hard work. Again, you would repeat that 3 times at least. So it means you would have kind of almost 90-second holds by the end of it for each particular area. So we've been doing a lot of quite strong work, strengthening, but also stretching through the arms. So let's go into some softer flows for this part of the body. And we're going to start with tiger, stretching his claws as he wakes up. So little tiger hands here. And tiger's waking up, back of the hands together up the midline, turn at the waist and have a stretch to the side. Come back to the center, turn up the midline, and as you do this, you could do a bit of a tiger breath. So tiger breath. You breathe out, a bit of growl. It's very good for us to make sounds as well. Breathe in, breathe out from the back of your throat. You can straighten up as you come back to center. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and allow yourself to feel tiger-like, very resilient, very flexible. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. The nice happy purr waking up the middle of the day. Beginning of the day, should I say. He's also out at night, so maybe he's waking up to the night. Feel the generosity of movement through your joints there. And now we just come to smaller joints, so not smaller joints, smaller movement through the shoulders. Have a sense that you actually maybe spreading seed as you're walking down the row in the fields. It's got a lovely, soft feel to it, just scattering seed as you go down. And then keeping with this flowing movement, you're going to go straight into moving the body like a river. So opening your legs a little bit, hands on your thighs, and shift weight from one side to the other. And as you're doing that, allow your body to go hips, shoulders, and head. And don't forget your head right at the end. Just keeping the flow going. These are all flowing movements, and now we're in the water, so got even better flow. Breathe into one side, breathe out to the other. You can also think of this exercise being seaweed in the ocean. And if you live where I live, you'll know what it looks like to see the kelp as it floats on top of the water, as the waves move through it and onwards. And then bring your arms up, and we do the same thing, but getting much more side flexibility into the thoracic area and into the shoulders. You can have those sort of tigery hands. Tigers are very good swimmers. Okay. You can feel as if you're pushing against the current. And now we can go one foot forwards, one back, and we're going to stay with this pushing water. What we're doing here is we are pushing the wave. So you're standing behind the wave and you're pushing it as it breaks onto the shore. There's a little pause on the shore before the wave rolls back. So weight forwards, and lift the back heel. Weight back, you can lift the toe. Now your real power comes from your waist level down here where your belly is. So as you are pushing the wave forward, feel as if the power is coming up here through your arms and pushing forward, much stronger. Back, other hand forwards, other foot forwards, rolling back, lifting the front toe, pushing forwards, pushing that energy from your waist, from your dantian. Energy is coming right up from the waist, pushing that way. soft hands. Water is soft and strong. Related to the kidney area in the body. And relax. One hand behind the dantian, just under the dantian. And now we're going to do a single arm waterfall. So we're staying with the water. So coming up, except the waterfall is coming down, 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 down. Opposite arm up. And if you were standing somewhere in nature, with some people are standing in the park today, I know that. Some of you may be standing on the mountain. Imagine that you're gathering that energy from nature and you're just letting it pour down you like a waterfall. Then we've got a bioelectric field right around our body, and as we come through it, we help to smooth it out, balance it, and energize it. Very often we've got too much energy in the head and not enough down in the body. So you can imagine as you're doing this, that you're just taking that extra chatter from your head, bringing it down into the belly. Or you can also imagine that you've got a really bright idea in your head which you want to come to fruition, bring it down to the belly, because the stomach is where we ground things. Coming in. Coming in. You can close your eyes when you do this, and sometimes you can actually feel that you can't come straight down the front without your hand kind of wobbling a little bit, and that's because there's a little energetic field. It's a little bit bumpy. We're coming down the Ren channel, which is called the conception channel in the front of the body. We've got the governor meridian at the back of the spine and the Ren channel here. Very strong work to do. And now you're going to come down. Bottom hand, this is called parting the horse's mane. So the bottom hand's going to go up. The bottom hand's going up, top hand going out. Top hand comes down, bottom hand comes back, and you part the horse's mane. Imagine parting a horse's mane, coming back. It's actually a lovely feeling once you get into the flow of it. So it's almost as if we've got this some intention in our mind, we've brought it down, we're grounding it, and now we're sending it out into the universe. So it's like the formless, the thought in the mind then takes form. This is always changing. So maybe think about something in your mind that you would like to create or happen or work on as you're doing this. Bringing that intention down to ground and then find its way into a form in the world. And relax. Let's pull down the heavens. Feeling your hands pulling against gravity or up from gravity. Big turn, reach out to nature. And right up to the heavens. Gathering from the universe, whatever it has to offer us, and coming down, back, bring it through the body. So this is our earth element. This is really our emotional element, is the world around us, nature, people, birds, mountains, whatever. And the sky is representative of the sort of yang aspect, which is actually any inner wisdom, inner spirituality you feel you need to work with. And of course the earth is really grounding, breathing in, Breathing out, big tone. Out, up to the sky, drop your tailbone, come down, bring your hands, interlock your thumbs, and just put just on your belly, just below your navel, over the lower down to your end. Feet a little bit closer together, and we finish off with bamboo in the wind. So imagine that you are in the bamboo forest and the wind is just breezing through. And so as you stand there, your body will rock and sway. Just allow it to rock and sway. It's like the energy that you've cultivated in the class in this time is just settling into the parts where it's needed. And with your eyes closed, your body is using its information coming from the joints to bring you in and out of balance. Allow your face to soften, back of your head where it joins the neck to soften. Be aware of any sounds around you. Doesn't matter whether it's birds or cars or people. Be aware of the temperature, touch of your clothes and your skin. And let your breath be long, slow, and deep. And drop your hands slowly. Open your eyes. Come back to wherever you started. Not mentally and emotionally, but in time and space. And thank you for joining Sunday Qigong.